A trip to the Big Island shreds the standard Hawaiian vacation playbook. If you arrive expecting 7 days of passive relaxation and umbrella drinks on a white sand beach, you will leave exhausted and disappointed. You are stepping onto a geologically volatile landmass. This is an active, rugged environment that demands physical endurance and rigorous logistical planning. Scale is your first major obstacle. You could fit Maui, Oahu, Kauai, and every other Hawaiian island inside this one landmass and still have room to spare. This heat map illustrates the environmental reality. You face a severe geographic divide: arid, sun-baked lava fields on the west and dense, rain-soaked jungles on the east. Because of scale, transit times are massive. Driving from Kona to Volcanoes National Park requires 2 hours each way. You also have to navigate 8 distinct climate zones along those routes. A single day trip means packing a swimsuit, a rain poncho, and a winter jacket before you even turn the ignition. This creates a brutal dilemma. Travelers who try to do it all and check off every site on the map end up spending their entire vacation staring out the windshield of a rental car. To master this island, you have to abandon the completionist mindset. You have to aggressively cut perfectly good activities from your itinerary to make room for the truly great ones. We do this by evaluating every marquee experience based strictly on its return on investment. This quadrant chart is our evaluation matrix. The x-axis measures input, financial costs, plus the physical exhaustion and daylight hours required. The vertical axis represents experiential payoff, from a generic photo op to a profound, once-in-a-lifetime encounter. Plotting your itinerary on this matrix prevents you from burning your cash and energy reserves on low-yield tourist traps. Building a high-yield week requires objectively weighing the physical toll of an activity against its unique rewards and matching that to your specific capacity. Let's apply this to the island's extreme environments, starting with the high altitude and ocean marquees. The Manta Ray night dive demands significant input. You have to pay a premium for a boat charter, gear up in the dark, and float in pitch-black, choppy water while fighting off seasickness. But the outcome is a virtually guaranteed face-to-face encounter with wild, 1,000-pound marine giants. Because the payoff is so rare, this plots exceptionally high on our ROI matrix, assuming your budget has the flexibility to absorb the cost. Contrast that with summoning the Mauna Kea volcano on your own. Doing this DIY requires sourcing a specific 4WD rental vehicle, navigating unpaved roads, enduring freezing temperatures, and risking severe altitude sickness. Look at this terrain. You are standing in an Ice Age Natural Area Reserve at 14,000 feet above sea level. This is a hazardous alpine desert, not a tropical overlook. Attempting this independently yields a terrible ROI for casual tourists. If you want this payoff, absorbing the cost of a paid, guided tour that manages your acclimatization is the only logical choice. Next, we evaluate volcanic geology and the island's most physically punishing trails. Hiking Volcanoes National Park exacts a heavy toll. You are navigating highly uneven, razor-sharp terrain while monitoring air quality alerts for toxic sulfur dioxide exposure. You have to respect the raw, destructive reality here. In 2018, eruptions opened up and consumed entire residential neighborhoods. But braving that environment gives you the ability to walk directly across hardened lava lakes and stand beside active steam vents. The geological access is unmatched. Then there is the Papakolea green sand beach. The input here is a 5-mile round-trip trek. The trail forces you over exposed, rocky terrain under a relentless sun. There is zero shade, and the heat radiating off the ground creates a high risk of exhaustion. Seeing green sand is a fantastic novelty, but reaching the water functionally consumes your entire energy budget for the day. Both of these environments require massive physical reserves. To avoid total burnout, you must deliberately choose one to prioritize and let the other go. Finally, we weigh the inputs of deep cultural immersion and culinary sourcing. You can grab a free sample at a roadside coffee shack in 10 minutes. But booking a boutique farm tour requires securing advance reservations, paying entry fees, and dedicating prime daylight hours to a single location. The payoff for that time is deep educational access to traditional Hawaiian canoe crops, regenerative agriculture, and hands-on roasting lessons. This connects directly to the concept of kapu, strict Hawaiian cultural protocols. Adhering to kapu requires actively restricting your behavior, staying strictly on marked trails, leaving sacred sites undisturbed, and never taking lava rocks home as souvenirs. Committing to these cultural and culinary activities slows down a fast-paced schedule, but for travelers seeking an authentic connection to the host culture, this yields the absolute highest return on the island. The core lesson is simple. The Big Island severely punishes generalists and highly rewards specialists. This scorecard maps the island to your profile. The optimizer stays in Kona, prioritizing guided tours and skipping green sand beach. The adventurer splits coasts to prioritize rugged trails and volcanoes. The slow traveler bases in Hilo for farm-to-table dining and sacred sites. By choosing that east side strategy, you also accept that your trip will involve heavy, relentless tropical rainfall. Explicitly choosing one of these three personas protects you from the ultimate mistake, attempting to live someone else's vacation. A successful Big Island trip isn't measured by how many miles you drive or how many stops you make. It happens when you aggressively optimize your energy, respect the island's hazards, and build an itinerary that actually matches your capacity.